Alright, what is up, Copy Squad? I am running a little bit late today. I'm out touring new properties and looking at maybe making a move soon down here in Delray Beach, Florida. But today I want to talk about the best formulas for junior copywriters getting started. So we're talking about copywriting formulas today. And this comes from a question someone asked me. As far as copywriting formulas go, are they nice to have? Are they must-haves? Or are they not necessary at all? And I use the word formula specifically on purpose because I am not a fan of templates. Templates, I think, I think they are very restricting, and I think they get your brain in a box where you think you're playing like fill in the blank, choose your own adventure copywriting style, and that's not something I am a proponent for. I don't want to tell you just fill in the blanks and you can write the sales letter. I want to instead tell you, here you go. This leads right into my main message. I want to teach you the language of copywriting, because copywriting is a language. Once you immerse yourself in that language and learn how to speak copywriting, it'll multiply your sales. If you want to learn how to speak the language of copywriting, I suggest you check out my book, Take Their Money, and it's at kylethewriter.com/book. So I do believe there are some helpful copywriting formulas, though. I use these almost like check boxes, like do these elements appear, as opposed to like a template of write this, then write that, then write this, then write that. So I'll go over a couple of my favorite copywriting formulas now. And I do think I use them. I use them myself. I look for them when I'm breaking down sales copy, and I talk about them in the book at length. I demonstrate in the book where they appear in sales copy, and I also educate on how to use them effectively, again, in the book. So let's talk about a couple. First, for headlines. Let's start at headlines. Headline formulas. Basically, the 4 U's is kind of a formula. You basically want to make sure you have a headline that is unique, useful, ultra-specific, and unique, useful, ultra-specific, and what's the 4th U? Unique, useful, ultra-specific. Someone tell me what the 4th U is while I'm on my live here. I'm drawing a blank. Urgent. Thanks, nobody. Urgent, unique, urgent, ultra-specific, and useful. So whenever you're writing a headline, try to make sure that those 4 elements are in there. Something I will say is that they're not necessarily like you don't necessarily have to exactly have all 4. Instead, what you can do is you can try to lean heavily on 2. You can usually do without 2 of them. And Saad says, "Hi Kyle, urgent." Thank you very much, dude. I guess it's the delay on the feed here. Welcome to the live. But yeah, you don't have to have all 4. But the more that you can layer in all 4 into each of the headline things, then good. All right, use that as like a copywriting formula. That's not so much the formula. I have another one that's the body copy formula that I think is way more important. That's just one I want to throw out for the headline. I also use in my YouTube videos, I talk about this too, but the body copy formula is probably one of the most important copywriting formulas that exist, because at almost every level of copy, you'll find this formula. It's objection, claim, proof, benefit. Objection, claim, proof, benefit. Almost all the body copy, like you get your headline, then you got your lead. The purpose of the lead is to hype it up. You're talking about big claims, like exciting stuff that's going to happen. And you're basically like making your big promise in your lead, and then you have to go into proving that. So the person who's reading it will read the headline, and that'll get their attention and say, "I'm interested in this." The lead will hype up the offer. And by the time they reach the bottom of the lead, they should be like enormously like excited about buying this thing with a couple of reservations. So what the body copy's purpose is, and that's why it's like 40 pages of writing, because you have to basically figure out what anybody's objection might be and then answer it. The purpose of the body copy, the reason our sales letters are 30 pages long, 40 pages, sometimes 60 or 80 pages, is because the purpose of that body copy is to find what their objection might be, address it with a claim, you overcome it with proof, and then you provide a benefit. So that is probably the single best copywriting formula for juniors starting out, is the objection, claim, proof, benefit. And I talk about that in the book, Take Their Money, at kylethewriter.com/book. If you're just tuning in, check that out. Write that in the comments for me if you wouldn't mind. Somebody, anybody. But yeah, so what you'll see is this is how it gets set up. Like, you'll see, like, sometimes copywriters will use the objection as a subhead. Like, they'll say something like in bold and centered, and like the font will be larger. It'll say, why haven't I heard about this? That's the objection. They're directly stating it, and you don't have to do that. Sometimes you'll directly state it in the copy, and sometimes you'll just go ahead and address it with a claim. So it'll be, the subhead will be like, why haven't I heard about this? And then the claim, so it's objection, claim, proof, benefit, don't forget. The claim will be something like, mainstream media doesn't want you to know. So that could be the subhead. That way you have indirectly, or you have subconsciously anticipated that objection. You just go ahead and hit a claim. You hit it with a claim before they even ask. Or you can state it back directly with an objection. So the objection can be assumed, right? You can either write it directly and say, why haven't you heard about this? You haven't heard about this because mainstream media doesn't want you to know. Or, instead of stating it directly in the copy, you can just say, the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about this. So that way it kind of already is taking care of itself. So that's objection and then claim. The next thing you have to do, the next thing you're tasked with in this copywriting formula is finding the 3 pieces of proof. I say 3 pieces of proof because that's like the most effective way to do it. It kind of like knocks out all the hesitancy, and like basically if you can prove something 3 times, you can pretty much, you've proven it. If you just give them like one case, anyone can like immediately, like for instance, if I said the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about this, we did this in Trump bonus checks. We said the mainstream media doesn't want you to know. And then we said, look at how much bad press they've given President Trump. And then we like showed them bad press that they've given President Trump. And we showed tweets of Trump complaining about all the bad press he was getting. And we proved it. Like, here's why you haven't heard. Proof, proof, proof. I don't remember. We wrote that March of 2018, so I don't remember off the top of my head exactly how we did it, but that's how we did it. And then, so with this claim, the benefit isn't as obvious. So I'll give you another example in just a second. But say that's claim, proof, and then, no, objection, claim, proof, and then we got to give them a benefit. So the benefit would be anytime you start with the word imagine, that you're about to talk about a benefit. So we say, the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about this because they hate Trump and they don't want him to win. Look at all the bad press he's been getting. It's not fair. But now, for the first time ever, you have the chance at these Trump bonus checks. Imagine a life where you just collect checks every month for, steady, reliable income for your retirement. So you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff anymore. So that's your benefit, right? So that's objection, claim, proof, benefit. All right, that's your copywriting formula. So that word, junior copywriters, senior copywriters, copy chiefs, that's important stuff. Everybody's using that. It's a huge thing to know about. So I'll give you another example. Would be something like, how much money can I make, right? So it's a thought in their head. Like, you said this is huge, right? You said I'm gonna make a bunch of money. How much money can I make? So then you can say it directly in the copy if you want. You can say, so how much money will you make with this new strategy? You could say that. Or you can just anticipate that objection and just hit it with a claim. And you can say, you can make up to $10,000 in a single month with this strategy. You've just stated your claim. Anytime you make a claim like that, you're claiming something will happen, that's a claim. You have to prove it. So the next thing you'll do is just say, here's example A. Ben from South Dakota made $10,000. Here's example B. Steve from Michigan made $10,000. Here's example C. Michelle in Nevada, $10,000, okay? Or, here's a little copy hack. Here's a trick for you for this formula. Instead of giving you 3 examples of people that made $10,000, which is my claim is you can make up to $10,000 with this strategy. You can also do this. Example A, Ben from Michigan made $3,000. Steve from Minnesota made $8,000. And Stacy from Florida made a whopping $10,000. See how I led up to the actual number? So that way I can start with the claim of $10,000, and then I can use smaller pieces of proof to support my case, because I'm leading up to that fact that, yeah, you can make a lot of money, and $10,000. So there you go. And then at the end of that, once you've done your 3 pieces of proof, you state the benefit. Objection, claim, proof, benefit. The next thing you do is you say, imagine collecting $10,000 in a single month like Stacy from Florida. How much better would your life be? Would you go traveling around the world? Would you go sit on the beach and sip a Corona? Yeah, with a fresh squeezed lime in there. Like, what would you go buy a snowmobile and kick it out in the mountains and go riding every day and live the life you've always dreamed of, or go rock climbing, or build a porch or a garage for your family and your wife and your kids? imagine, ... anything. That's your benefit. There you go. Objection, claim, proof, benefit. If you want to learn how to utilize this to make, well, I don't want to say to make, if you want to see how I utilize this strategy to write $1 million copy, grossed $7.1 million in 2018 at Agora Financial, you can check out my book. It's kylethewriter.com/book. It's called Take Their Money, and I'll show you how to do this. I'll show you with real examples and demonstrations from actual copy that's made millions of dollars. Got a question here. Jack says, "Hey Kay, is there any difference between saying a benefit and future pacing?" I don't know. I mean, it's kind of getting in the weeds, right? What does it matter? If I look at your copy and you're telling me like this is what I can achieve with if I can reach my dreams with this strategy, does it much matter? Does it matter if I was future pacing or if I was benefiting? I don't know. Maybe it's something. I won't say that that's a bad question. Maybe it's something worth looking into with like examples in front of me, with some copywriting examples that I can say, okay, I get it here and here. But at the end of the day, that's why I kind of don't like getting into the template and formula conversation very much, except for in this one circumstance. Like, this is one formula that I'm okay with, and I fully endorse and support. Objection, claim, proof, benefit. But otherwise, I try to stay out of the weeds of like basically just like new, easy, safe, and big, right? That's my important parts. New, easy, safe, and big. And then for your body copy, you can just stack up 30 pages of just label all your readers' objections, and then write a claim and then find 3 pieces of proof somewhere out there in the world that support your claim. And then just at the end, tell them imagine, ... whatever they want to imagine. Whatever it is that they could possibly want, talk about that. And if you need help figuring out these objections, if you need help doing the research, if you need help trying to figure out where this information is, on that same webpage I've been mentioning this whole time, kylethewriter.com/book, there is a research upsell at the bottom of that little sales page. I offer you a chance at research video courses. There's 6 video courses I recorded to show you how to do this objection, claim, proof, benefit thing in depth, show you where to get your objections, and show you how to overcome them. And I demonstrate that using a real promo I wrote for Rich Dad's Retirement Masterclass. That's Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the #1 best-selling personal finance author in the world. So you get a behind-the-scenes look, which is not something you get anywhere else in the world, because I wrote that, and you can't. No one else that I know of is telling you how they did it. So yeah, so it's a very exclusive sort of thing. You know, you get the curtains pulled back for you, and you can see how I did the research for that. Anyway, yeah. So objection, claim, proof, benefit, best formula for junior copywriters starting out. It'll take you really far. I still use it today. I stand by it, and I label it. If you watch the YouTube videos that I made of me breaking down sales letters, at the bottom of my YouTube channel, the playlists, the book promo that I just was my most recent one, highly recommend you check that out. I really cover, man, I cover everything, dude. If you watch that playlist of that whole sales letter, dude, you got like a whole copywriting masterclass for free. Like, it's right there, dude. Just emulate what I'm showing you, and you could write a sales letter. If you need more help, kylethewriter.com/book. Take Their Money will show you how to write words that really make you rich. I can't promise you'll make 7.1 million, but it'll help you along your way on making more money. All right, I don't see any other questions. Kind of installing here a little bit. That's all I've got for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Peace out, Copy Squad.